The studio lights blazed like 1,000 suns, casting a golden halo over the sleek set of Good Morning America. It was a crisp autumn morning in New York, November 3, 2025, and the air hummed with the electric buzz of live television. Michael Strahan, the former NFL star turned charismatic host, grinned at the camera with his trademark megawatt smile. His co-hosts, Robin Roberts and George Stephanopoulos, flanked him like sentinels, their eyes sparkling with anticipation. Today's guest, none other than the legendary Morgan Freeman, a voice of God, narrator of dreams, and the man whose baritone could soothe the storm. The segment was billed as a lighthearted chat, Morgan promoting his latest narrated documentary, Echoes of Eternity, a sweeping tale of human resilience through climate change. But as the cameras rolled, the vibe shifted. Michael, ever the showman, leaned forward with a playful glint in his eye. Morgan, we've all heard that voice of yours. It's like velvet thunder. But tell us, what's the secret? Do you gargle with whiskey and wisdom every morning? The audience chuckled, a warm ripple echoing through the studio. Robin shot Michael a knowing side-eye. But Morgan? He sat poised in his tailored navy suit, silver hair impeccably groomed, exuding the quiet authority of a man who'd stared down lions in The Lion King and outwitted the devil in Bruce Almighty. His dark eyes, sharp as obsidian, fixed on Michael with a gaze that could pin a butterfly to a board. Whiskey and wisdom, eh? Morgan's voice rumbled low, like distant thunder over the savannah. The crew held their breath. Even the auto-cue operator paused mid-scroll. Son, I've narrated galaxies colliding and lovers reuniting after wars. But wisdom, that's not bottled. It's earned, in the dirt of Mississippi fields, in the heat of a director's cut that doesn't make the final reel. You think a quip like that honors the craft? Michael's grin faltered, just a flicker, but the live feed caught it. The studio went pin-drop silent. George cleared his throat, steering the ship. Well, Morgan, fans are dying to know any behind-the-scenes stories from Echoes. That scene with the melting ice caps. But Michael, recovering like the competitor he was, doubled down. He was Michael Strahan. After Allah sacked quarterbacks for a living, built an empire from sideline banter. Come on, Morgan, lighten up. We're just having fun here. Remember that time you voiced the GPS in a commercial? In 500 feet, turn left. Or ponder the meaning of life. Hilarious. The audience tittered again, but it felt forced now, like laughter at a funeral. Robin's smile tightened. She sensed the tide turning. Morgan didn't flinch. He adjusted his cufflinks, the gold glinting under the lights, and leaned in. The camera zoomed, capturing every wrinkle of gravitas on his face. Fun, Morgan echoed, the word hanging heavy. Michael, I've spent decades showing respect to stories untold, to voices silenced, to the weight of words that shape souls. You stand there, 6'5" of charisma, tossing jokes like footballs. But this, he gestured to the studio, the glowing screens, the millions watching at home. This is a pulpit, not a playground. Michael blinked, his broad shoulders shifting uncomfortably. The control room buzzed with whispers of producers frantic, interns frozen. Morgan, no, Morgan cut in, his tone not raised, but unyielding as ancient oak. Let me school you, boy. Respect isn't a punchline. It's listening when the punchline falls flat. It's honoring the guest before the gotcha. I buried friends, raised daughters, narrated the fall of empires. You chased glory on grids of green. Noble, sure, but don't cheapen mine with fun. The studio gasped at a collective intake that tripled through the feeds. Social media ignited. Morgan Freeman respect trending in seconds, clips slicing across TikTok like wildfire. Robin jumped in, voice steady as a lifeline. Morgan, that's powerful. What does respect look like in your world? Morgan's eyes softened, the storm passing. He turned to her, that paternal warmth breaking through. It's simple, Robin. It's seeing the human, not the icon, not the voice. The man who's laughed, cried, failed, and still shows up. He glanced back at Michael, not with anger, but with the quiet command of a mentor. Show some respect. Michael sat back, stunned into silence. For a beat, the only sound was the hum of the lights. Then, slowly, he nodded. You're right, Morgan. I got carried away. Apologies. Tell us about Echoes. Really? And so Morgan did. His voice wove through the air, painting visions of thawing permafrost and defiant communities rebuilding from ash. The audience leaned in, mesmerized and not by spectacle, but by substance. George wrapped the segment with a nod to the film's premiere, but the real story had already unfolded. As the commercial break hit, Michael stood, extending a hand. "Sir, that was humbling." Morgan clasped it, firm and forgiving. "We all learn, Michael." Even on live TV. Off-air, the green room buzzed with aftermath. Robin hugged Morgan, whispering, "You just schooled the nation." He chuckled, deep and genuine. "Nah, just reminded them, words are weapons or wings. Choose wisely." By noon, the clip had 50 million views. Pundits dissected it. The View called it to masterclass in dignity. Late-night hosts mined it for gold. Michael, to his credit, posted a thread on X, humbled by @Morgan Freeman today. "Lesson learned, respect first, always. Show some respect." It garnered a retweet from Freeman himself. "Growth is the real glory." "Well played, son." In the weeks that followed, echoes of eternity shattered streaming records, its message amplified by the moment. Morgan narrated a special epilogue, his voice steady. "In the roar of the world, respect is the quiet anchor. It holds us when the waves crash." And Michael, he evolved. His interviews deepened. Less flash, more fire. Inviting Morgan back for a one-on-one, no co-hosts, just two icons trading truths. The world watched, wiser for it. For in that electric instant under the lights, respect wasn't shut down. It was switched a knob right, unyielding, eternal. Epilogue, whispers in the wings backstage. As the crew dismantled the set, Morgan sipped black coffee, watching the monitors flicker with replays. A young producer approached, starstruck. "Mr. Freeman, that was epic. How'd you stay so calm?" He smiled, that crinkle-eyed grin. "Child, calm's just practice. Like breathing. Or narrating the end of the world." She laughed, and he added softly, "Tell Michael, dinner's on me." We'll talk football. Real talk. The city outside pulsed with November chill, but inside, warmth lingered. Respect, once demanded, now danced freely. A story not of shutdown, but of souls aligning under the glare of truth.